Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I am going to do a junk journal with me, I guess you could call it, video today. This is the junk journal that I made that has just this twine, or I guess you'd call that jute closure. I have two signatures in there, as you can see, 1, 2. This is an early technique that I learned, or a technique that I learned early in my discovery of different kinds of junk journals about 3 years ago or something. When I first started making these, this felt very safe and easy to do, and it is. It's not my preferred method, but I wanted to use it on this one because I wanted to use a lot of, or make a lot of my pages things that I wanted to be part of the junk journal. So like this beautiful book page, I wanted that to be a page in my journal, and I wanted to add things to it. So this is just a super easy way of using up things that you like, but putting them in a journal and making your keepsakes also the pages, if that makes sense. So on top of some of these fun pages, I'm also attaching things, but then I'm using some of the keepsakes to make a page. For example, this is an old drawing that my son Drew made a few years back, so I made that one of the pages. And you could do that with the sewn in junk journals too. I was just trying to come up with a quick and easy way to show people how to junk journal who may not have done that before. In this method, I don't really organize my stuff too much. I just put it in where I want to. If I do this again, I may be a little more organized. Vicki on YouTube at Vicki, I think it's Arts and Crafts, she makes a correspondence journal, and I think that's a neat idea. So anytime I get a pen pal letter or something, I make a special page for that. I may try that next time. But until this is all full, which won't be too much longer, I'm just gonna randomly stick stuff in. So why don't you join me? And if you have something to work on at the same time, that would be fun. I've liked doing that. I'll kind of listen and watch while I'm doing my own thing, watching some other of my favorite YouTubers. So what I'm going to do here is just take this packing slip from Goulet Pens. Whoopsie, that didn't exactly go down where I wanted, but that's fine. And I'm just going to put that down there. I am excited about this new little hobby, so I'm just adding stuff here and there, and that'll be kind of commemorative of that. Here's the Lommy Box, which is super unique. This is a pen brand that I recently got, if you're not familiar with that. Made in Germany. It's pretty cool, but I really don't know what to do with it. I would definitely recycle it, but I think maybe I just want to cut out the logo, and the rest I can recycle. So I'll do that. It's really kind of a creative box, so I like it when things are a little bit out of the ordinary. So that might be fun there because it's in the pen page kind of grouping, but again, I don't really organize it. I'm just using roller adhesive here and attaching that. I mean, that's how I do this kind of junk journaling. There's fun little doodads I want to keep. I don't want to just stick them in a drawer. Having a book makes it easy to look at, so I'm going to do it that way. Our nephew recently graduated. This is his announcement. He graduated this spring, early June, as did my third daughter and 8th child, Courtney. So I'm just going to attach that over this little drawing from my granddaughter. It's really cute, but I can still see some of it, and it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. They're really sweet to make me things every so often. And then I'm going to just roller adhere that with that roller adhesive right there. So what I kind of do is just look for an open spot to attach things. So 5th grandchild and 2nd grandson will be born anytime now. And I have a card that was for a shower, but the shower had to be postponed because of the virus, and they weren't comfortable being exposed to any potential danger. Whether it's truly there or not in this case, we don't, we didn't know, but so we just kind of, people doing the shower said, hey, please just send a gift if you intended to, and we'll get together later and have a celebration. So my grandson will be named Beckham, and that is such a beautiful invitation that my daughter-in-law's sister sent, so I want to keep that. And then again, some special dear longtime friends of ours, their daughter was going to be getting married in July, and she still is, but now we can't go. It's out of town, but we really had intended to make the trip and have a fun little weekend out of it. We've known them since college, and we had our kids together, and so Liz and her fiance are having their wedding, but only for very close family members. So the wedding was postponed, or I guess the celebration. They're having a small family wedding, but we will be part of a celebration that they have next year. Hopefully they'll remember to invite us still. And then another friend, again, same situation, was going to get married in April, and they postponed it till May. But I have her really nice handmade invitation here. I really like this. This is part of an old music book. I'm not sure I totally want to cover that up, so I'm going to look for something else. Another place to attach this invitation. Here's some plain backs. This is truly a scrapbook in every sense of the word. The pages are scraps. The stuff I put in it are in no order. This is super cool paper. It feels like paper from Nepal. I have a friend that's there. But this is actually some mail from my former neighbor who had to move several years ago now. Gosh, it's been at least 5 years. And anyway, we've decided to become pen pals to kind of keep alive that art, that rare and disappearing thing of people actually sending mail. So I wanted to keep that. This is a pretty bulky pouch. She did my name fancy, but I kind of like the flap showing, and I think this is so neat. It's just really pretty and bright and unusual. She's got a couple pictures of her kids in there. So I think I will just cover up my name. I've never really liked my name. So, does anybody else like that? It's kind of too bad, but I don't. I keep hoping it'll grow on me, but that hasn't happened yet. Okay, I'm just ripping that. That's not working. We'll try the glue. I'm just gonna put a bunch of this Tombow Mono liquid glue. I love this stuff. It is super convenient. You can get a wide line or broad line. I've shown that numerous times, but there's the narrow end. And here is the broad end. And the glue goes on clear, and it's really strong, and it's relatively inexpensive. I think it's $3 something for this, but for me, it lasts quite a while, unless I'm working on a big junk journal. I probably should have done that the other way. It might have been easier to get into, but I think that'll work. And then all that stuff that was that one bit of mail from her will be together. Trying to do this quickly. I have a Zoom meeting in a few minutes. Here's a thank you note. I thought that was really pretty, really colorful. I thought it was a lot of fun. This is from the son of that email friend that I just put her stuff in. Her name's Kim. This is from her son, a thank you note for a small gift we sent him. So it was so fun. Our kids were good buddies for a while, and then it kind of changed when they moved away. It's hard to sometimes keep in touch with people in a close way once they move, but he's graduating too. Everybody's growing up and moving on. So this is just the envelope from that thank you note. I kind of like that little sticker. Sometimes I'll rip out like a seal like this kind of thing, or sometimes a return address or stamp. This is a flower one. But it's, I don't know, I might use that yet. So let's go back a minute and we'll attach that. How do I want to do that? It's just a bunch of randomness, but it's kind of fun if you just feel like gluing and sticking things down on paper. This smash book style, I like to call it, based on the smash books by K&C Company, or K&C, I think it's K and Company. I always say that wrong. I love it. You just put it in there. So you've got the memory recorded, but you're not getting, excuse me, bogged down with a neat and tidy format. I appreciate people like my friend Vicki, who does the arts and crafts on YouTube. She is so meticulous and precise, and she does beautiful work. And if you haven't noticed, I'm just a little more haphazard. I just stick it in there. Other things I take my time. Like if I'm making a junk journal, I will do a good job and make it as neat as I can. But sometimes I just want to get these pages down. I love Halloween. I was born the day before Halloween. I just like the fall time of year, so I think that's why I stuck this in here. And here's a piece of sheet music, or a piece of a music book from when my kids were doing piano. Our friend, I don't have washi in front of me, but I think what I want to do is washi tape these postcards. He's a friend from Bible study of my husband, a friend of my husband and me. And during this whole COVID thing, he was really trying to cheer people up with a friendly note. And the letter that was in this Happy Mail, I think I put in my a different junk journal. So I will probably attach her envelope in here later. That's from Erica. And then I thought I would put in this Goulet pen sticker that was on the packaging. I think that's pretty cool. The ink spot. I've recently discovered them. I heard a lot about Goulet pens for quite some time now, since I've been in the, whoops, where'd it go? Did I stick it? Gosh. Just like, I don't know where that went. I've heard a lot about them. Gosh, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Okay, I have no idea when I went to throw, oh, here it is. Went to throw that away, this stuck to it. So sometimes the sticky stuff doesn't stick even with this glue, so I like to use the tape runner for anything that has a more slick background. But anyway, Goulet pens. They have tons of video resources on YouTube that are extremely helpful if there's anything you need to know about fountain pens. I've just kind of started that as a little hobby. I don't have a whole lot of pens, although they are growing. Somebody remarked, and if you're watching, that made me laugh when you said, oh, it looks like your collection is growing, even though I said I was only going to get a few. I think I'm up to 6 now. But I'm really drawn to the beautiful inks, and I would like to know more. I'd like to kind of be a little bit of an informed consumer with the pens, and just as a hobby, just to know more about it. I will grab some washi and be right back. Okay, here I am, back with some washi tape. I have been really focusing on using up my washi tape. I love it, but I have a ton of it, and I want to streamline my supplies. So, since our friend Mike wrote on the back of these cards, I want to just washi tape them in on the side. I'm not being too worried here or precise about how I'm matching up the washi, because I just want to make it, like I said, I just want to get it down on paper. So we're going to do one here, and I'm just gonna stick that there. People are always showing concern about that, and I guess it's good, but I always think, well, if you have my address and I'm that famous that you want to track me down, that's great. Or if you're just feeling like sending me a bunch of money, that's good too. Otherwise, I don't know that it really hurts for you to know my address. But I'll be wise there, and we won't flip that yet. So I think I probably can't get that one on. So we'll just turn the page and add this one here. This friend of ours is a geologist, so he loves rocks, and they vacation a lot in mountain areas, and he works with mining companies. It's really pretty cool. Anyway, he's very knowledgeable in that area, and he always picks out these pictures that show some of the glorious views of creation, I think. Okay, so I think, I'm looking at my little basket up here, I think we're caught up. What I do is usually just, I have a few more things, stick my stuff that I want to put in this journal in a basket in my craft area, and then when I have a minute, like right now, I just throw it in there. I have a couple more things from Goulet Pens. They enclose this card saying that they've packed your order carefully and they would appreciate feedback, and I keep meaning to do that. I have it, and then they also enclose, in my last 2 orders, I guess this is typical, I've only ordered a few times, a colorful card, and I think that could be neat here. And if I adhere it like this, it can become a tuck spot for something else. I think that's super pretty. There might be a better use for it, but knowing myself like I do, I'll probably be ordering from them again. So I have another one too that's more blues. This is a beautiful orange and yellow one. I'm just going to stick that in here like this, and then create another tuck spot. If you don't know what a tuck spot is, basically it's just a place to tuck something in. Nothing more complicated than that. And then I forgot about this Paper Penguin company. I like to order from this company. It's on Etsy. The owner is Dominique, and her junk journal inserts, oops, there's my address, are super nicely made. So, and I like to, when I can, support vendors like that. I am going to glue this cute little guy in here. It's got all the contact information on the back. You know what? So I think the card is pretty cute. I don't know if I'll ever look at it closely again, but I might just, yeah, it'll get lost in there. I'm trying to find a small spot to stick it. Sometimes I will also clip things on with a paper clip, but here's the perfect spot. So I've used these business envelopes, folded them in half, and so this little penguin, here, let me adjust him a little. There we go. He's going to be peeking out there.